Ass. I was a real pain in the ass. I look forward to when we're not having to when we can have more respect for nature, because we need nature to exist, and we need to balance harmony and understanding. I look forward to that. I'm tired of living in I have a covenant kind of with my spiders because they keep some of the things at bay, but they're becoming too many. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 3 of them around a big thing of eggs there and stuff to just become more and more and more. It's just how spiders work. They kind of work like people that build robots. I guess they think they're spiders, and they don't think that there's no. They do have balance, harmony, and understanding. They eat each other. They're the Donner Party, I gotta survive. I gotta stay alive. I've got things to do. God wants me to do this. It's like, God wants you to eat your cousin because you gotta get to California and there might be gold in them there hills. Fuck. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. That's a song about a gun. Yeah, Clementine is a gun. So he can go get his gold. A minor 49er and his garland Clementine. Yeah, it just, it's like Cracklin' Rosie. Like what? That's about booze. Sweet Caroline, that's about Jack Kennedy's daughter and her funeral procession. Yeah, and when you're weary, feeling small, almost all your songs aren't as nice as you think they are, right? That's about a drug deal. That's about wanting to commit suicide. Near there, near, I will always love you. Ba, 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 ba. I always tell people that's elevator music. Do you know that's about committing suicide, right? Okay. Because he's so sad, they're near or far, I will always love you. So, even if I die, kill myself because we can't be together, I'll always love you, right? 2 streaks of steel. Well, 2 streaks of steel, that is. Stretching across the whoo. So it's obvious. Country songs are like that. That's gangster. That's just the way our dysfunction was because we weren't living the Lord's Prayer. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Right? You go listen to songs, that's horrible. Yeah, it is. Okay. And they're hanging me tonight. Yeah, and that good-for-nothing man, I took the life of that Georgia sun was blood red and going down. That Georgia sun was blood red and going down. I met a beautiful young lady. I had no idea she told me, I'm 40. I said, no, you're not. I thought your little kids were little bitty shavers, little cuties. No, one of them's 18. She's in high school. She's like me, she kept calling it Oyate. She kept referring to it as Iñate. Right? It's like, it's Oregon Mountain now, political correctness, right? It's so cute. She's Natalia. I said, that's beautiful. You have a beautiful name. That's what my father-in-law used to call my daughter. Her name's Natalie. And she goes, it's Natalie in Russian. I'm like, yeah, like on Dr. Zhivago. I didn't say that, but my mom's and Amy's favorite movie, Dr. Zhivago. Amy was the same way with, what was it? What was the name of that movie? Wedding Planner, yeah. Because she wanted her Steven. She was stuck with Mismo. I was Mismo. Mismo's full of crap, man. It's like me, Mismo, yeah. Hey, how you doing? I was Italian. We make the babies. Vidlu, mi vinto vidlu. No wonder my happy heart sings. Like Amy's like I'm like that. No. I'm not a guy on a moped. We do the manly bonding. We make the macaroni and cheese. What's your name? No, I'm not Chuck. That's Massimo's Chuck. Okay, or Peggy. Chuck. You like Chuck? No, I ain't like Chuck. Chuck wouldn't spend 16 years not being able to have affection or sex with a woman because he's trying to get scientists that were abusing him and studying him like a lab rat to live the Lord's Prayer. No, I'm nothing like fucking Chuck. John in the cave in North Africa. 2 peas in a pod. We're the same guy. Except he's connecting to me in meditation and prayer and wondering, what's wrong with this guy? This is insane. It's like a psychopathic schizophrenic episode. Yes, it is. It's called, and you can't talk to people about it. Oh, my mom's calling. I got to go. Oh, that's enough. I've heard enough. I'm going to go. You can't talk to a lot of people about it. They can, well, I can't talk to, I can't listen to you. I got to go. Money calls. Money. You know, I'm trying to save you from being, we can program people like we're programming a video again. We can't get them to do nothing they don't want to do. Okay. I had this little thing with this on YouTube with this Asian scientist about the hantavirus, right? So what is it? Nature's trying to kill you because you won't stop attacking each other and being a threat to nature. We're in imbalance. We had a fire up near Capitan. Why? Somebody was flying around in an airplane for money and it crashed. They died. Nature starts burning again, even after we've had lots of, these prescribed burns. Yeah, the people like to think that the people that are going to survive the attack with nature and being the proper responsible citizens that are doing this right. Okay, are you living the Lord's Prayer? No, we're giving them the free will to do so, but they deny it because why? Shit rolls downhill, right? Okay, so why is shit still running downhill when you're supposed to be supremely intelligent? Yeah, I'm not understanding this. Excuse me, somebody explain it to me. I feel like Josh Baskin. Only I don't want to have sex with a 30-year-old when I'm 13, because if I go back in my 13-year-old body, it's, I've worked with kids in lockup that were 13 that had sex with their 18-year-old aunt, and she left, and he had to try to talk anybody into having sex with him. And unfortunately for him, they weren't as old and as hot as his aunt, so he could only talk younger kids into do it. So he got incarcerated and turned into a really bad kid. Because he said it was horrible. I had the sex with her and she was having it with me on a daily basis. She was babysitting me and she took it away and I had to have more. And everybody's like, yeah, it's the rat with the electrode at Caltech with Leslie Winkle and Leonard. We get it, right? And most of us are that way. Instead of just go, that was great. But I have to masturbate because I don't want to use people for sex and I don't want to manipulate people for sex because I love people and I want them to enjoy sex as much as I do. Right? So when a beautiful woman, goes, I want to be affectionate with you and I want to try to do it for the rest of my life and I want to live a long, healthy life. I want to live to be 104, maybe more too. Me, as long as I can, as healthy as I can. Yes, me too. Without having to use science projects to try to unnaturally elongate our butchering fucking existence. Right, Eva? How are you, Adolf? I'm fine today. Let's go kill some more homosexuals and Jews to liquidate their assets so our scientists can see what's happening with the hantavirus and the COVID, right? That's horrible, right? These people are terrible, right? So I want them to think first. If you guys think you're arranging affection for me, right? Just the thought of it. I don't need your photograph to keep on my bed. Makes me more intelligent, makes me more efficient. Okay, like I used to tell Amy, if you'd just be faithful and stay home and just, that 1 week out of the month, and then just let me come up and, be old Rita Moreno's rich Jewish guy, come up and grab your butt, and I love you, baby. Thanks for making me breakfast, Good morning. Hello, sunshine. She had one of the best lives in the world if she had been happy with Earl. But she was groomed by the Navy. No, we got to have 2 girls in the bedroom. Yeah, and Snoop Dogg and Howard Stern and that pathetic pile of shit Luther Campbell and the rest of those assholes. You're a butterface. Hey, this is Guinness Book of World Record. This woman's going to have sex with more men than any other woman ever did in one setting. And we're going to video record it and put it in a world record book. It's like, how Sodom and Gomorrah of you? Is that the way you see that woman? A mother? A daughter? That was somebody's little baby. That was somebody's little 3-year-old. Daddy, I love you. Could I have some yabber, please? And now you have her on her back with a bunch of idiots with an erection that buy and sell products, fucking her to put her in the Guinness Book of World Records on a shock jock radio show in Washington, D.C. Let's go to the Defenders game and start a beer snake. I mean, you're like, you fuckers are gross, right? How gross do you think you are? How disgusting do you think you can be? How low can you go, Lito? Or is that JoJo? JoJo's how low can you go? Lito's the gambler. Yeah, Lito, he's for the money, he's for the show. Lito's right. JoJo's the one, look out behind you, JoJo's the pimp who keeps her just right and keeps her on the street, right? Keeps making money off of her sex so he can dress like Leroy Brown, right? Lito's the gambler like Leroy Brown, right? And I've had Leroy Brown, he's a gambler. He likes fastly clothes, right? And Big Jim Walker. Big Jim Walker learned a lesson. Don't mess around with Jim. Learned a lesson about messing with a wife of a jealous man. He ran into Shelby at the club, and what happened? He ran into the Henry gang in Houston. We all know about the Henry gang in Houston, right? I didn't make this shit up. It's true. And I got that story from Trisha and Shelby. If it's not true, it's Texas. I believe it. If it's not true, it's like the story that Tommy Lee Jones tells Kate Winslet in No Country for Old Men, right? It's not true. Well, there's an element of truth to it. Yeah, that's true. If it ain't true, it's got some Gregorio Cortez in it. It's got some Texas in it, right? Yeah, treat these people like shit. They'll act like shit. And then if they kill each other, it's just cleaning up the stuff so we have more fertilizer for our flowers at our universities. There you go. Send those kids. So it does. It rings true, right? They all went to college and became fine, upstanding Guy Lewis basketball players. And what's the other guy's name? Kermit Washington. What's his name? The guy who's the coach down at the University of Houston. Her produces propaganda fodder for the apparel sales and the Gatorade and old. I went to Duke University. He went to West Point. He's a West Pointer. We a Labrador and I'll retrieve it, right? Old Krzyzewski, what's the other dumbass's name? Bobby Knight and Connie Chung, lay back and enjoy the rape. What's he talking about? It's West Point. What the fuck? How do they stay in business? You can't handle the truth. So somebody tells you the truth, and then they're like, they drove Bobby Knight crazy. Well, Bobby Knight drove himself crazy trying to win. He's a Lombardi trophy. When he's not everything, it's the only thing. Wow, love thy enemy, love thy neighbor as thyself. Forgive debt and trespass, love one another, and turn a faithful peace. I don't think Lombardi can fucking read, do you? That's okay. Neither can all you people that are Christians pray for people that are mass murdering Iranians for money, for cell phones, for pornography. You can't read the Bible too good neither, right? You get into church every Sunday, and dear Lord, keep America free. Protect all our fine mass murderers that are mass murdering all the people in Iran for oil corporations, for more cell phones to make money off pornography. So don't take those rings off her fingers, and don't take those bells off her toes, and don't turn her back into our sweet Mary Jo. Right? We all live together, and every night we kiss your picture. Right? It's one day, it's the day when the clouds go home. Then you'll wake up and you'll find you're all alone. Then it's goodbye to Gypsy and hello, Mary Jo. Right? Doesn't seem like everybody's getting a younger baby. Guess you're going to have to find yourself another pastime. Judging by the past, this won't be the last time. Be the last time. This is a popsicles, icicles. Right? So just the very thought of having an affection in romance makes me 10,000 times more efficient than you, more intelligent than you, able to explain what you're doing to women and children, and using men who think they need money to fuck the women, to train the children to be fuckers, just like the mom and the dad, right? He keeps her just right, and he keeps her on the street, right? They a pimp, Now it seems your dancing feet are always on my couch. If it wasn't for us, we'd starve to death, right? What have you done for me lately, right? How many times I've heard that story from young women in this town? I said, oh, baby girl, you don't have to put up with that. No, man, if it's a duck, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, tell them, it's fly south or it's duck season, and I ain't going to shoot you, so shoot yourself. But get the hell out of here. Don't do it here. I want to clean up the mess. I'm tired. I'm not your mama. Okay? I'm not your mama. No. Marianne, she didn't clean up the mess. She hired a person to come in with she had to hire somebody from the steam cleaner thing. There was a big puddle of blood where Patrick's head was in that bedroom where Patrice had stayed, and she laid by that spot for a whole day and cried. And I got pissed at her, went in and did old Sergeant Murphy. She told me what happened. I said, you just take all the time you need. Because you had to do that like what I did that with Mom and tell everybody, well, you shouldn't say what happened. She should be able to keep that to herself. Some things are just better kept to themselves. Yeah, Jesus, hear that? It's better to lie about what's happening so no one can understand why a person acts the way they do. Why doesn't she act like Ralph's child? Because she's Ira's child. And Ira committed suicide because Marianne didn't leave with him. Okay. Why? Because haven't you ever been in that position? And never hold you in my arms again. And I will never breathe again, right? When Yolanda broke up with me, I felt like that when I was young. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like everything I dreamed of and everything that was going to make my life meaningful and give me children and grandkids and great-grandkids was taken from me. Right? Everything I'd ever dreamed of and wanted as a young boy, cooing at Dorothy Dandridge on Tamango, looking at Barbara Luna and Miriam Colon. There were those beautiful brown eyes looking back at me, and she wanted to have my baby, and she loved me. Her name was Edna Gomez. Her name was Miriam Delegro Montalvo. Her name was, Yolanda Denise Gilliard. Her name was Amy Susan Fabre. Her name was Raquel Sally. Her name was, What happened? I live in the United States of America, and most successful people make movies and sell comic books and then come out with another chapter of their dysfunctional sex life for money to fuck. It sucks, man. What about the Gospels? If you read the Gospels, we're always surrounded by these assholes, and whether they build a pyramid, and then they build a wall, and then the arbiter starts to duel, and then they kill God with a theory, and then they sell a movie and a book, and then the Avengers come along, and we're still walking, and there's nowhere to walk. The only place you can walk is back and forth in the guest house going, I have to put rat poison in the roof of the shed this year, and I let those 2 little baby kangaroo rats through because I didn't have the heart to kill them. I went, oh shit, what's that in there? Okay, they were getting the leftovers from the stuff Dad put out in the shed from the shelling the pecans, and they were eating away, right? And everybody's, well, those rats, you got to kill them. Yeah, we got to kill nature. Because nature's killing us because we're killing each other by being a threat to nature because we don't live in balance, harmony, and understanding. And we're stimulating the economy in archaic ways. And so instead of farming and doing things, we're saying, I don't want to do NASCAR and I don't want to do Formula One because that causes heart disease and birth defects and makes mommy and daddy act like mean fucking aggressive roaches instead of human beings that understand babies need fresh air and clean water. Sunshine on my shoulders, look so lovely, right? Heavy smog between me and the mountains, enough to make a grown man sit and cry. As you can do whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. It's up to you, right? Wouldn't it be fine, me and you out on the farm? I don't want to hold you. I just want to hold you. I don't want to need you. I just want to see you smile. Stay for a while, right? Just the thought of having affection and a pretty girlfriend who believes in wanting to live the ways of Jesus Christ and showing me affection so I can survive this hell because you guys are pathetic. Okay? I can get up in the morning. Love, love, love. Why'd you take so long to come to me? And kick the living shit out of anything you think you're doing by using people as a science project. Okay? You program people. The cat. Last night, she came at 3 o'clock in the morning. She does it on purpose. Because she did it this morning. After what happened last night. She came in at 3, and I go, you little turd, I'm tired. So she heard what I said, and she knew by my accent she could smell my pheromones. I go open the door for her in my boxer shorts. She goes up to where the door is and starts sniffing the post where she pissed and meandering around the thing. And then I go, oh gosh, she's not even going to go in at all. She's going to come back at like Pebbles in an hour or so and wake me up. And she sat there and I'm going, these fucking scientists. And Earl, you're so horrible. I had a stomachache for like 10 minutes. And I did because, the Michelle thing, I worried about it for 3 days, and it was 3 days too long. With Betsy, she's being monitored and studied by the worst perverts in the history of the world, and that affects the way she acts. And I know this. Okay, but it's still, she bites Dad, and she acts shitty, and she does this shut all the time because they can't get him to do anything they don't want to do, and they can program it like program a video game, and how patient is he? And I sat there and go, this woman tried to go to college and got kidnapped and abused. She doesn't get to be with her daughters and raise her daughters because the first husband that cheated on her gets the kids because he has better economic connections in this fucked up town. And the boyfriend she tries to date for comfort is a drug addict, has no teeth, plays video games all day while she works to pay the bills to keep him around. So she has somebody to come home to. Because if she comes home and she's all alone, she has to sit there in that house and think about her life. Yeah, I can totally relate. All right. Okay. You are the faithful spouse. The other person has better money connections because of the military corruption, and he gets the kids. Fuck. You try to have somebody else come in and you try to keep the relationship, just to have somebody around to make you feel alive and give you affection, so you don't have to think about losing Marianne, Stephanie taking all your money and going to the lesbian bars to have sex with women because she hates men, and you and Patrick trying to survive it. I mean, gosh, just, you're like sitting there going, fuck, it's like... I'm Chuck from Stanford University. I have a chip in my brain. They put it in there the week that I had the flu from the flu vaccination, and then they gave me a medication that knocked me out for 3 days. Commando crews came in, and the hole in my head, where the scar in my head, where I fell as a kid, and it didn't crack or cause any brain damage. It was just the skin, and they didn't know. The hospital didn't know. You tell them this, you say, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad of a fall. You women are drama queens. It wasn't that bad. No, it was bad. I was on the top of the back of a bus bench and fell over and hit a rock. Most kids, Hi, my name is Earl, and I was a normal kid till I was 3. Then I fell off a bench and hit my head on a rock. And now I have a constant erection and I have trouble. I cannot skateboard. I still dance and ride a bike made by the Army that they make for people that lose body parts from getting hit by shrapnel. But yeah, same thing with my car accident. When I got hit by that guy that was in a hurry, and the lady that was in between her and the lady that brought her new car and was talking on her cell phone. And I tried to avoid the accident as best as possible. The cops were like, man, Mr. Parsons, you're a good driver. You watch what's happening. You're not easily distracted, and you focus on what you're doing, because I care about people. It's not so much caring about myself. I'm such a good driver. Wow, I'm Vin Diesel, Rock Johnson, and Paul Walker, and Tyrese Gibson. I'm fit as a fiddle and sexy as hell and gonna go have sex with Michelle Rodriguez. And those 4 people are dead now, especially the baby in the van because they were poor Mexicans and couldn't afford a car seat, right? Well, that's entertainment. Fast and the Furious 15, 16, the 17th time. It won't last, but it's all right. Now we've got a goddamn fucking Apache helicopter and a submarine. Is it yellow? But is it yellow? Right? Assholes, man. But that's entertainment, right? This is it, the night of nights, and oh, what heights will hit. On with the show, this is it. Is there a rat? A kangaroo rat? There's not a kangaroo rat. There is a kangaroo in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, and they think it's a rat, and it's a kangaroo, and it beats up the cat or whatever for for the mice, right? That's right. It's not like Slowpoke Rodriguez. Slowpoke Rodriguez, he has a pistol. Yeah. The cat's all right. Slowpoke Rodriguez. Right? It's funny. It's propaganda. All right? It's propaganda. So you got to swim with the sharks in the sea. One man, one vote. It's the only way. Well, do it once. Elect to live the Lord's Prayer, then sustain it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs. Or please, shut the fuck up and stop filling arenas because you love the crowd. If you love the crowd, you love me the way I love you. If you don't love me the way I love you, you don't love the crowd. You're addicted to the fight for the fuck for the buck. And you're hungry like a wolf. And it's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. You think you're as strong as me. You think you're as good as me. Okay? I tell you, and I tell you again, I don't make statements to be a cocky, rotten son of a bitch to fill the arena. To get people to come see me and the Thrilla and the Manila and the rumble in the jungle because I have brain damage from thousands of years of inbred, violent sex cult tribalism. I am the Ark of the Covenant. I am the faithful one. I am the righteous one. I'm the one you guys push aside and say, he ain't shit. He ain't nobody. Hey, miss, we ain't selling cookies and it's time to get busy. Let's do this. Right? Go read the book of Amos. And if you can't understand it, you'll pray for mass murderers to kill Iranians so you have cheaper cell phones so people can better afford their pornography during these turbulent times. In the end of days of the philanthropy ways of the Hoe Cake Factory with JoJo and Lito leading the way, right? I'm just particularly fond of Buskeks. It's social satire and it's criticism. He's not celebrating them. He's not NWA, okay? He's not celebrating them, talking how badass they are. He's JoJo, how low can you go? That's supposed to be your girl, and you sell her to other men for sex to pay to live here, right? Lito, all you are is for the money in the show. You have no family, you have no friends, and you have no meaningful, sustained relationships. You show up, you gamble, you fuck, you go. Parump, parump, parump. And if you get a big win, you can afford the girlfriend experience. And if you ride the horse, hopefully the girl in the next town won't have a guy who gets right out of the pen and you get into a fight and you get, I'll be gone in the morning I'll be gone. But one day it goes away because you get old like Lightning who rides the kids for a dime in New Mexico. Right. Yeah. I am a Chevron boy. I'm fierce. Tell Chevron, I want to stand up for the Lord's Prayer because my daughters are too cute. And we're going to have to come up with a different way of doing luminaries because they definitely are a fire hazard in a place dry and as beautiful as New Mexico. And it's always going to be that way, even when we're living the Lord's Prayer and restoring the ecosystem. Okay? It's a decoration for a pagan ceremony. And if we can have the same decorations, but without the risk. So we get a fireproof little candle glow stick, glow sticks like Sheldon talks about during power outages in Pasadena in case we're having the quote-unquote apocalypse, right? And Sheldon rules us all with Sheldonopolis and a Dogopus. They can play fetch with eight hands, and who couldn't like that, right? Minions are crazy, and they don't even think they're minions. They think they're all Megamind, right? They're fucking crazy. Despicable Me. We know. I know. I can do the math, right? Better than the people that write for the technical advisors for Beverly Hofstadter and Sheldon Cooper. Oh, yeah. Smoot, Thorne, and Arnold, they got nothing on me, baby. Okay, I make David Underhill. Okay, I look like the chimpy playing chess, the ape playing chess, while George is trying to go have sex with Ursula, dressed as a hobbit. I mean, shit. I owe Penny $1,000, right? Okay, Rose. Well, life's eternal, grace is infinite. I have faith. Do you? I am the way, the truth, and the life. And I told 2 people that yesterday at the store. They both gave me about the same response. The phone. Phone's more important than you. I got more important stuff to do on the phone than listen to you. I'm a better person than you. Yeah, you kill people for the government, and you have a job to pay the government to live here. What's the difference? None whatsoever. It's Star Trek, Star Wars. Right? So, right. Well, I sat and told him, life is symbiotic. It's eternal. All the molecules and molecular structures that come together are eternally connected through an infinite source because there's no other possible source under containment. That means there's endless opportunities. Endless. As long as we have life to have opportunities. Okay? But truth and faithful love is not endless, right? Why do you think he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life? Right? Oh, wow, well, I got an opportunity on this phone, so I'm going to look at that. Okay, well, I'm faithful love. I'll protect you from your opportunities on the phone. Right? Well, there's more people through time praying for the faithful love of Christ to save us from the opportunities of business people like Lito and JoJo and you. Right? I love you guys, man. Okay? Hey, love, love, love. Why'd you take so long to cook? The very thought of you. I don't need your photograph to keep by my bed. Your picture is always in my head. I don't need your portrait, dear, to call you to mind. For sleeping or waking, dear, I find have pictures. Yeah, I earn those memories, and they're cute. They're cute memories. I love them very much. Right? That was one given to me by a man named Little Hawk, who simply adored that man Bigfoot. It's neat. Yeah, it is. You connect to people in prayer. You'd think I would have given, that Little Hawk, who's a smaller guy. It's like, this guy's too big. This is the protector of the women and children at Wounded Knee that people remember. They don't remember me and they remember him, but he's my friend. And I love him. I love him too. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace.